first one is the non-buzzing technique, okay? So you can just kind of hear the sound of the air that's leaving the aperture. So you can hear which one's tighter, which one's looser. You can kind of hear the air moving quicker through the aperture, right? Your goal, you don't want to max out by going higher and squeezing so much that there's nothing left. So your goal is to try to open up as much as possible. Both with the air or buzz. So here's the tighter buzz. So going from there to... That's where you want to be on that. And then you don't have to work so hard on the air getting through the aperture, because think about it as just being it's closed, you know? Where's the air gonna go? It's gonna get stuck, and your body is gonna fight itself. You want the air to get out as fast as possible. I don't want to say faster air because I don't think that's necessarily true.
I don't think so.
I don't think that's necessarily true. However, getting through the aperture would probably be the best way to put it. So that way you allow the instrument to do the work for you. On a smaller mouthpiece, you want that because then the back pressure hits the mouthpiece and not your aperture. Your goal is to have 1 point of resistance. Okay? The trumpet, or in this case, the mouthpiece, or when you play on a bigger mouthpiece, the aperture. So your goal, but if you have your aperture is too tight on a smaller mouthpiece, you then have 2 points of resistance. And that's where people get into trouble playing in the upper register. You don't want 2 points of resistance.
That makes so
Does
much
that make
sense.
sense?
That makes so much
So you
sense.
could do it with just setting and opening. Now here's the other thing. How do you open up your aperture? You know, that you don't just open it, you know what I mean? You have to set first. There's a really good video by Charlie Porter. Charlie Porter talks about this stages, about how he does it. He goes through the exaggerations of starting here and then that sort of thing. You want to find that equilibrium in there that's going to work for you depending on the size of mouthpiece you're going to use. And here's the other key: which type of breathing you use for that tool you're about to use. So if you have this, if you're setting open, your goal is to try to open the jaw and the lips to go with it. So as long as you open your teeth, lips to go with it, that's going to be the key with your aperture opening.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Does that make sense? So if you start closing too much, too early on those higher notes, there's no place to go. And then at that point, when you start to open it up, then you have room to work up there. Because when you listen to those really great players like Faddis, or like a specific type of sound that could really step on it without it breaking up, like Faddis or Brian McDonald, or I'm talking about just more specifically like lead players and that sort of thing. It feels like there's a lot of room when you listen to them. And it's all
really
right
does.
here. It's all right here, and whatever it is that you're doing with the breathing.
That's
my own opinion on that. That's what I've come to the conclusion on a lot of things with that. But